Fellas, take a good look at the side profile. I want to talk to you about why the Ford tow's the best when loaded. Notice how forward the front axle is and how back the rear axle is. Just kind of take a visual measurement. Ford has the longest wheelbase, so you truckers out there know exactly where I'm going with this. Best way I can explain it, longest wheelbase. And for the guys that don't deal with towing on a regular basis, I'm gonna tell you why the Ford is the safest truck to tow with. I know that's a long shot. That's a loud phrase there. The safest truck. All right. So what makes it the safest, guys? It's a simple fact of physics. You know, the longer the distance, the more you need to turn around. There's a drawback. The turning radius on this thing sucks. GM and Ram got this thing. You know, they run circles around this thing, if I could call it that. But I mean, when I get in my Rams, I could definitely, you know, make tight corners a lot better. And you can't have it all, guys. You cannot have it all before you fall off your chair and be like, well, the F450. Yes, the F450 has a completely different axle, and technically, if they really wanted to, they could, but we don't have that on the market, meaning that the turning radius of a 450 up front into these. So what am I getting at? It's a simple fact, guys. The Ford has the longest wheelbase, therefore it travels the smoothest when it's loaded. I have to give credit where it's due. It's you give and take, guys. There's just, you can't have it all, right? Longer wheelbase, travels smoother, it handles weight better, right? When I put a lot of weight on it, I have to admit this Ford handles the weight really well. I don't know why. I think it's a shock absorber matter. When it gets really heavy, I felt like my Mega Cab controlled it better. And I mean, besides the shocks, I can't think of anything else why it was a little bit less of a jarring ride. My Mega Cab had 5100 Bilstein. So to wrap up this video, to recap this video before I wrap it up, you can't have it all. Take your pick. Pick your poison, as they say. The Ford is the worst in turning maneuverability. This is a crew cab, long bed I showed you beginning of this video, but it just does so well day-to-day tasks as far as what a truck needs to do, hauling stuff, towing stuff. You just got to give credit where it's due, specifically in the bumper pull scenario. I need to underline that. A gooseneck doesn't, you got to look for it in the gooseneck, right? It still has the edge, but in a bumper pull, yeah, you're not beating the Ford. The rear axle is just further back, and it's stable. You just got to give credit where it's due. So you guys out there looking at these newer Fords, I think the older ones, I think this wheelbase is on all Illuma duties. I think that's what they call themselves, 17s and up. Yes, I wish they would give us a little bit harder angle on the turning radius, but we have what we have, and we don't throw a fit. So another thumbs up to Ford. I'm gonna make a few of these videos trying to help one that wants to that's considering buying this. You know, I'll do more positives than negatives, but once again, one size does not fit at all. They're three different trucks, three major, you know, GM, Ram, and Ford. They're three major. You can argue to you, but here's a GMC there, beautiful looking truck, trash seats for the millionth time. Why have I not tried a GM product? Just the seats, guys. Before I bought this, I was headed to GM to buy it, and I sat in one of my buddies' 24 GMC, and I just walked away. I said, forget it, I'm done. We're done with GM. Beautiful front ends, decent interior, but the seats are just trash. So answering once again why I've never tried for a lengthier period of time to try to drive a GMC. Anyways, back to the Ford. You know, it makes sense. You know, Ram and GM trying to stick to that sweet spot, you know, jack of all trades, master of none kind of scenario. Well, I know, I'm not finishing the whole saying, but it comes down to, like, you know, truth be told, if you need a long bed crew cab, you're probably not whipping around town, right? You're not going in and out of parking lots like I am right now, headed to Costco. I'm rarely shoot, this might be the first time this truck's ever been to Costco. I was in the area, I was on the phone with my wife. She's like, we need Costco. I'm like, I'll meet you at Costco. Typically, I don't just drive this truck around, you know what I mean? I do it to do truck stuff. Anyways, so where I was going at, long bed, crew cab, working rig. You couldn't ask for more. Yes, we wish the axle shifted more, but if I needed a truck for truck stuff, I would definitely pick the longer wheelbase versus a shorter one, because you are going to be more stable going down the road, just generally speaking. B, towing a gooseneck. Well, I'm doing it backwards. A, your bumper pulls are going to be a lot smoother. B, your goosenecks are going to be semi-smoother with a longer wheel. I'm talking wheelbase, Ram versus Ford. We're not talking like half wheelbase. We're talking a little bit of inches here and there, but you feel a difference. And then C, obviously, just empty going down the road. The longer the wheelbase, the more it takes to spin them around, right? Shorter wheelbase, the faster they flip around. Yes, I'm talking about spinning around on the, that's crazy what they're doing out here. Spin you around on the freeway. I mean, shoot, even mega cab to crew cab Ram, I could definitely feel a difference just traveling on the interstate. I feel a lot more comfortable in a long bed crew cab as far as, you know, I start sliding on the road or something. It just feels more stable. A and B, when it does start sliding, it doesn't spin around as fast. Not that it spun me around on the mega cab. I can't complain too much on the mega cab. I love it. I owe you guys a video, man. I already ordered a brand new mega cab and I still haven't released a video. I better do that. Anyways, guys, as always, may the Lord bless you and may you all have a mighty fine day.